In a news package, Governor Bueno enumerates actionable plans to reverse biting effect of fuel subsidy removal on citizens. Akbc Judiciary partners Internal Revenue Services to train judicial officers on tax policies. Tension as Nigeria's organized labor-led peaceful protest against fuel subsidy removal. Plus, President Tinubu forwards another batch of 19 ministerial nominees to Senate. We have details of these and more in a moment. Good morning and thank you for joining us. My name is Juliet Richard. Akbc State government has listed the release of 1 million naira for payment of gratuity arrears to primary school teachers and 800 million naira to settle outstanding leave allowances as efforts aimed at cushioning the current strangulating economic realities on the citizenry. This in addition to releasing the expected federal government palliatives, where Governor Mono's assurance to members of the organized labor who joined the nationwide protest against the effect of fuel subsidy removal on Nigerians. Our Government House reporter Patience John reported that the governor received the protesters at the Government House gates.
In line with the peaceful protest directive from the national leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress, workers in the state took to various locations registering their grievances, including the Government House, where they were addressed by Governor Mono. The governor, who registered his sympathy with the protesting workers, said he feels their pains owing to the present economic realities and promised that his administration will continue to work hard to meet the demands of the people.
But in terms of the Nigerian workers, remember, I told you to give me 6 months. I'll start paying gratuity. But I'm happy to announce today that I just released 1 billion to take care of gratuity for primary school teachers. I just released that. And I just released another 800 million to take care of backlog of leave allowances. What I want to say is that we will work with you. The Nigerian worker, we need every requirement. We have you in our...
Governor Mono also spoke of steps his administration has taken to ease difficulties among workers and the plan to set up a committee to oversee disbursement of palliatives sent by federal government, including support from the state government.
Just this morning, we have been informed, and we have a circular that the federal government has released some palliatives. And to the state is on the way now. I have that letter, I've spoken with the people concerned. So I know fully well that some palliatives are on the way. What we will do is to immediately set up a palliative committee. And we will bring organized labor in there. And we will, with government, so that we can sit together, know what the federal government is bringing and what the state will have, so that we can immediately, in the next 10 days, ensure that we begin to drive down the palliatives and people can get it.
The state NRC chairman, Comrade Sunny James, and his Trade Union Congress counterpart, Comrade Dominic Abang, who spoke on behalf of the protesting workers, thanked the governor for giving them audience and made several demands to the state and federal government to include building of refineries and fuel depot in Akbc State, donation of buses to civil servants to ease transportation, as well as salary increments.
Presidency is to inform you and the leadership of Akbc State that the Nigerian workers and people are not happy. There is so much hunger in the land. Within the last 60 days of the government of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the refineries in Nigeria should be made to work. Excellency, that is the appeal of Akwa workers to you. When they are calling a national meeting within refineries, Akwa State, one of the fourth largest oil-producing states, we do not have a refinery, we do not have a kiosk, we do not have a depot. Excellency intends to give us, we shall also have benefit of the depot. As a immediate urgent step, Your Excellency, do something in the case of salary increment so that the workers can collect it and begin to free relieve the pain that is already inflicted by transportation, health costs, and electricity.
Precious John, Akbc News.
The first chiefs from Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, will convene in Abuja, Nigeria for a 2-day meeting starting yesterday to address last week's coup in Niger. The announcement is contained on a regional blog's Twitter handle on Tuesday. On Sunday, leaders of the West Africa's regional bloc imposed sanctions on Niger and issued a warning of potential force, granting the junta a 1-week ultimatum to restore President Mohamed Bazoum to power. Reports say this is the first time ECOWAS has threatened military action to reverse the coups that have taken place in the region in recent years. In the early statements, the junta expressed its opposition to any aggression against Niger by regional or Western nations. Ahead of the meeting, General Tishani warned ECOWAS and unnamed Western nations against stepping in. The State Chief Judge, Justice Ekaito Board, has identified effective knowledge of tax laws as essential to judges and magistrates if they must adequately carry out their duties of settling tax disputes. Justice Board, who enumerated issues surrounding effective taxation administration in contemporary times, was speaking at the official opening of a 3-day program on taxation for judicial officers organized in collaboration with the State Internal Revenue Service at the Ibom Icon Hotel and Golf Resorts. Justice Ekaito Board, who delivered a keynote address on the theme of the training, Contemporary Issues in Taxation, described taxation as a vital component of generating government revenue in providing essential services, which also serves as a fundamental pillar in shaping the economic landscape of any society. Justice Obot emphasized that taxation is an evolving field subject to constant policy, law, and administration changes. Therefore, the need for continuous training and retraining on its ethos. She expressed the hope that the knowledge gained will enable judges and magistrates to adjudicate tax-related cases with fairness, impartiality, and adherence to principles of justice.
I commend the board of Akwa State Internal Revenue for this foresight in organizing this training. I also thank all participants for their commitment to enhancing their expertise in contemporary tax issues. Let us embrace this opportunity to also collectively contribute to a just and prosperous Akwa Ibom State.
The chairman of Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Service, Mr. Okonokon, said taxation is the main source of government revenue and the template of its operations is anchored on law, policy, and administration. Mr. Okon reiterated that as judges play a key role in interpreting laws and ensuring fairness in the application of tax regulations, it is pertinent to imbibe current trends on taxation, expressed optimism that the training will serve the purpose and improve tax adjudication and administration in the states.
As we embark on this 3-day program together, I invite you to basically engage in the sessions ask questions, and share their experiences. This training is not only an opportunity to acquire knowledge, but also an opportunity to exchange ideas, foster idea collaboration, and build a stronger community in Akbc State.
Some of the trainees expressed satisfaction that they have been equipped for optimal productivity.
It takes the judiciary to give meaning to the text of the legislation.
This training program will iron out a lot of issues we've been having in court when it has to do with tax matters.
They that make the law ought to also engage in this kind of frank talk. But for now, it's for those that interpret the law.
Papers were presented on tax dispute resolution from administrative, statutory, and constitutional perspectives by Mr. Chukwemeka Eze, and overview of the legal framework of taxes and levies collected by state government by Professor Ezekiel Edem, as well as interactive session. Public relations managers to uphold their ethics as image managers in the society has been re-emphasized. The zonal coordinator of Kwetbom and Cross River State zonal operations of the NIPR, Dr. Uduak Obod, made the emphasis at the 2023 World Public Relations Day organized by a Kwetbom State chapter of the body. The event held at the Image House Information Drive, Uyo. Esther Moran completes the report.
Dr. Uduak Obod, while reflecting on the theme of the global event, harnessing the power of public relations, describes the professional body as that saddled with the responsibility of using creativity in the discharge of its duties. Dr. Obod, who was also the guest lecturer at the event, noted that the profession, which associates with scientists, require objective and verifiable procedures in handling matters, while advocating digital platform in handling sensitive matters.
All these efforts achieving a good reputation and positive image that can help the organization not only to succeed in its endeavors, but also help the wider society to succeed.
The event featured an interactive session where members of NIPL and others in attendance shared thoughts, ideas, and experiences aimed at encouraging synergy and improved professional practice for a better society. Earlier, members of the Executive Council of NIPL, led by the Vice Chairman, Mrs. Mercy David, paid a solidarity visit on the Akbc State Chapter Chairman, Mr. Nsemeke Udoakpan, to congratulate him on his appointment as the Registrar, Federal College of Education, Idide, Ibionibo.
This is addressed to Nsemeke Udoakpan, NIPR Chapter Chairman. We joyfully write to express our deepest felicitations to you. Indeed, your appointment is the handiwork of God and the reward for excellence and hard work.
That I will strive to be a good ambassador of the Akbc State Chapter of NIPR. Whatever I will be doing well, I would do with the consciousness that members of the Akbc State Chapter of NIPR have so much hope and believe in my ability to come out successful in that assignment. And that will be my guiding principle.
Esther Moran, Akbc News.
Senate President Godswill Akpabio yesterday received a list of the second batch of ministerial nominees from President Bola Tinubu. Tinubu transmitted the list to the Senate through his Chief of Staff, Femi Bajabiamila. The Senate President read the 19 names of the second batch ministerial nominees, comprising some former governors, at the plenary after this screening of the 28 nominees earlier submitted by President Tinubu. The Senate has adjourned plenary to Friday, August 4, 2023. Up ahead, Akbc retired police chief Ekudom bags multiple humanitarian awards. We have details of these and more after the break.
This is where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. And there you go. It's a man, you know. We go stand together, we go make them better. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we be. You know, it's all about you know. No matter where we go, we are one. We are one. Let's live together in peace and harmony.
To have you back, and now to the rest of our stories. The Chairman Board of Governors, Tower of Ivory Schools, Nigeria, retired DIG Udom Ekudom, has added more feathers to his bouquet of honor and recognition, bagging the Lead Times Leadership Award and doctorate degree in Security and Risk Management from the Prowess University, USA. The former police top brass promised to commit more to the cause of humanity. Iyarano Paul tells us more.
The awards were conferred on the retired DIG during the 8th Annual Strategic Leadership Summit of Lead Times Africa magazine on good governance in Lagos. The Registrar and CEO, Institute of Art Management and Professional Studies, African representatives of the Prowess University, USA, Professor Eze Nwaba, explained that the awards were based on the recipient's track record of excellence and selfless service to humanity. Professor Nwaba specifically pointed out that retired DIG Ekudom has touched the lives of many over the years, thus becoming an example to others.
Congratulations, sir. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the authority of the Board of Regents, Prowess University has conferred upon Udom, OON, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Risk and Security Management, with all the honors and privileges appertaining thereto. In witness thereof, this certificate duly signed has been issued and common seal of the university affixed. Congratulations.
Next. Responding, retired DIG Udom Ekudom appreciated the university for the honor, describing it as rare, and promised to constantly work for what is good for humanity. Retired DIG Ekudom thanked his wife, Dorothy, and family, as well as management and staff of Tower of Ivory Schools, Nigeria, for supporting his dreams, and called on well-meaning individuals to join hands in nation building. Iyagino Paul, Akbc News.
The Nigerian Labour Congress yesterday began a nationwide protest over the removal of fuel subsidies and the perceived lack of adequate palliative measures. Thousands of demonstrators took to the streets in various cities across the country, demanding immediate government action to address these pressing concerns. The removal of the fuel subsidies has sparked rising inflation rates, placed a heavy burden on the average citizen's purchasing power. The NLC and its supporters are voicing their discontent over the perceived insufficient effort to provide palliatives to ease the economic strain caused by the removal of subsidies. Many believe the government has not done enough to mitigate the adverse effects on vulnerable and low-income populations. The Justice Department has charged Donald Trump with 4 counts over a grand jury examined his effort to overturn the 2020 election result. The charges include conspiracy to defraud the United States, an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against the rights of citizens. Special Counsel Jack Smith was appointed to oversee investigations into Trump's involvement in the 6th January riot, which occurred while Congress was certifying the victory of Joe Biden. Trump has been summoned to appear in court on Thursday in Washington, D.C. Report says Trump has already faced charges for alleged mishandling of classified documents in Florida and falsifying business records in huge money payment to an adult film star in New York. Responding, the former President Donald Trump's campaign team claimed the most recent indictment is an attempt to meddle with the 2024 presidential election. And that's all we have for you this morning. But before we go, another look at the major stories. 1 million naira for payment of gratuity arrears to primary school teachers, 800 million naira for outstanding leave allowances, in addition to releasing the expected federal government palliatives, have been listed among efforts considered by Governor Minor to cushion the biting economic effects of fuel subsidy removal on citizens. The governor gave the assurance to members of the organized labor who joined the nationwide protest in Uyo. We also brought you reports that the effective knowledge of taxation policies in adjudication of taxation disputes have been identified as essential for judicial officers in the state by the State Chief Judge, Justice Ekaite Obod. Justice Obod was speaking at the official opening of a 3-day program on taxation for judicial officers organized by the State Internal Revenue Service. That's the news this morning. We appreciate your company. Stay tuned for other programs. I remain Juliet Richard.